Hey guys, Terry here with the Rage Pod. Me and Ebar decided to hop on a call and talk about the world. So there's not really an intro. Let's just get into it, shall we? Welcome to the Rage Pod.
Number one, with her, the fact that you think you can come in here and tell us about the Dow and the NASDAQ when you are being asked questions about children and women who have been raped, I don't know what world you're living in.
Well, and it's like, okay, so we know that she's doing the thing. She's doing the script. She's basically performing for an audience of one, which is Trump. She's trying to keep her job, and she's trying, like, by coming in and being like, he's the greatest president, and he's the most transparent, and the Dow, which was such a non sequitur, by the way. It was just like donuts, and then it was not at all related. But it's clearly, yes, all of that. But to your point, it's like, I get it. But is there ever a moment where you're a human being? Or is there ever a moment where you're also a fucking woman? And like,
obviously fucking not, because she couldn't even turn around and wouldn't even fucking acknowledge him. And they had all reached out to her, all not gotten a response. And they did it multiple times. And she just sat there like pretending to look at her stupid fucking papers. I agree with you that I think she's not human.
She is a McCunt twat muffin. I just try to put cunt and twat into a McMuffin.
This is good. A McCunt twat muffin?
Yeah.
That's good.
She should see if that handle's available. I think it suits her and she might get more followers.
I need to pray that ChatGPT, because sometimes when you ask ChatGPT to make you a photo, I'm going to ask it if it can make us a photo of her inside a biscuit. Sometimes it'll do it. And then if you ask for a change, it'll say, this request is like unlawful or something. It'll be like, we can't do that.
It's like the woman who fell in love with her judge. Once in a while they get through.
See, that's what I mean. Once in a while, one sneaks in.
Right? Once in a while, that sperm breaks through that birth control.
I know, right? This was another thing that I just saw this morning or last night, that the survivors are like, we're going to start releasing the names. We know. Yeah. We know. You released our freaking names. We know what we're talking about. And I'm like...
Yeah. I'm so here for it. Let's make it a party. Like almost make it like a bingo raffle. And then someone is like the MC of a bingo raffle, and then they like pick out a number, and then they just say a name. Like, let's just fucking do it. Pam Bondi, you want to be a subhuman here for the theatrics. We're not going to take this seriously. Well, then we're not going to take suspected perps seriously. Like, if you are going to dox victims of sexual assault and child predation, well, then we're going to have, like, an auction with the names of suspected perps. Bring it on.
I think that's literally the best idea. I really hope they do that. I mean, I would assume that they're probably a little bit scared of the retaliation, but I feel like everybody in America is behind them. And it's just so sad to see everyone is just in bed with Trump, and it's just, he owns everything, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, totally. But I wanted to get back to this bingo idea, because the more I think about it, we could make money for these survivors, for sexual assault, nonprofits, because if you got the whole nation playing bingo, right? Like, can you just imagine, like, oh, A1 is Howard Lutnick, like B4 is Leslie Wexner, right in the middle is Donald Trump.
Of course.
And then, like, Melania is, I don't know, G7. And, like, everyone was, like, and everyone did social on them playing this game. It's a huge event.
That would be a nationally recognized...
Charge everyone $2 or whatever to play.
I agree.
All them
and you give it to all the survivors. What do we call it, though, Ebar? There was something from a representative, but this was 3 hours ago, about how they're all asking Pam Bondi to resign. Dear Pam Bondi, you did the one thing your king ordered. You made Trump look guilty. You also lied under oath, and you surveilled the search history of Congress members. We are impeaching you when we flip the House unless you resign first. That's from Ted Lieu, who came at her pretty hard. Love him.
Lieu.
He's the one that caught her. in the lie.
Yeah, he was like, I believe you just lied under oath. And she was like, how dare you, accuse me of a crime. And he's like, he just said, I believe you lied under oath. He's not a
Which
judge.
Which
she did. But it's also like, he just said, like, there is evidence. You just said there wasn't evidence. It was all recorded. We didn't all just take acid in the 30 seconds since you last said that. Like, what the fuck?
I know, right? And I wanted to share with you. Okay, I keep getting these messages. They're like, why wasn't Epstein arrested during the Obama administration? And I just posted a meme from a friend from IO who goes, MAGA's next argument is going to be like, well, Obama was in office when Trump was raping all those kids. And like, that's it. That's it. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like, they don't make any sense. And I have one more for you because I was like, oh my God. Actually, the evidence as presented in the Epstein files indicates that Trump helped to stop Epstein having spoken with the sheriff in Palm Beach in 2006, which if they watched yesterday and looked at the evidence, which came right after Ted Lieu said, I believe you just lied under oath. Mm-hmm. They show all the emails where now they've redacted and Trump is in there, saying that he has now communicated with Jeffrey Epstein post 2006. This is the crazy stuff that people will send in seeing what I have posted. Here's what the basis thing, Erica, and I know that you can talk more on this, that people don't understand. Well, is that everyone's going, well, Biden was there. He had the files. He didn't release them. The president is not supposed to be in bed with the DOJ. No. So the way that the best answer that Kamala gave when Kimmel asked her this is she was like, well, we believe there should be a separation because there should be. That's the law. The law is not that the president gets to release these files. That's not how it works. The Department of Justice gets to release them. And during that time, they were still investigating. And so they're not going to be like, you need to release these because they're like, we have to keep that separate. And even Kamala said, she was like, we didn't like how the DOJ handled it. But it's not our business to get involved with the Department of Justice.
Well, it's also the FBI. If it's an open investigation, it's an open investigation. Now, do I think that there was some cover-ups probably along the way because some very high-profile people are in here? Absolutely. Like, there was like some cover-up shit when JFK was like having a million affairs and whatnot and other things. But the point is, I don't think the previous presidents, we'll see what happens with Clinton, were actually named in the files a million times. So
correct.
all of that is a moot point because
it's moot. Exactly.
He's the fucking president now. She's the fucking AG now. Like, so stop being like, okay, let's go to the past and see, like, the victims don't care, right? Like, the victims care that they have been given the runaround from administration. But what do they want more than anything? They want justice. They don't, when you have like an argument with somebody and we all want to do this, but like you go back like 7 years ago and you're like, okay.
Like, what's the fucking point? And also he's running, it's a play that you do where you act very transparent. It's called like, I posted about this. It's called like a transparency turn. It works when you come across as though you're being transparent. It's like, it does like a weird mind flip for these stupid people. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a sell. It's like it's a total, like it's playing at conviction of something that you actually feel the opposite about. He like hates some of his base. He makes fun of his base. He would never want to spend time with his base. He needed his base, so he sold them a lie. And I can tell you, because of a podcast that I listened to where one of the people on it is MAGA and she wants justice for these survivors. You can see her like fighting and fighting and fighting, like even the possibility that Trump is implicated in a negative way. Like, she just doesn't want to believe it. And even if it means like, hey, we'll deflect to everyone else. Like, yeah, Pam Bondi's not doing a good job. Get rid of her. Or, yeah, that's not good that Howard Lutnick was in there. But I don't think Trump I don't think Trump did. I think he's trying to take them down. I think he's in there because that's a theory that people have, that the reason why he's in there so much is that he is working with the FBI to take them down because we can't deal with reality because of what it means that like, oh,
that they were fucking duped.
That they were duped, that we fell for this. And here is this guy that in whatever campaign slogans and on paper resonates with something that feels honest to us, resonates with like, oh, he feels like a real person. He speaks like a real person. And so we love that about him. And if that's a facade, there's really nothing there behind it. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with little kids being sucked into a fucking pedophile ring.
You know how messed up it is I was looking at this other podcast, I'll think of the name in a second, but he asked Republicans, MAGA people to call in, and he's like, so you obviously have a 10-year-old daughter. So if Trump came up to your daughter and said, you know what, I date you in 10 years, do you think that's acceptable from him? Would you be fine with that? And the guy, the dad, goes, well, I mean, I guess if he just, was saying it like in a joking way. And the podcast host is literally like, you're saying that if a grown ass, old ass man comes up to your
an almost dead person.
Exactly. Thank you. A fucking close to being a ghost person comes up to your 10-year-old daughter and says, I date you in 10 years, that you wouldn't want to punch him square jaw in the fucking face? Because I'll tell you, I would. That's what I'm saying. I would be like,
I would like send her immediately to like some island that no just I'd be terrified.
Oh, look at Shrimpy. I'm with you in that their mindset is like admitting I was duped or supporting a pedophile. And some of them would rather just, they live, they're like, nope, it's fine.
I want to live in a
he's
fantasy.
Probably just, he said that he was, if he said it in a joking manner and they're like, your daughter is standing next to you and he's talking to her. That's what you would say?
And guess what? The joking manner is a slippery slope. Joking manner goes to like, oh, you don't really like when you're with a woman or a young girl, like we don't really need to get consent. Like, or she didn't yell fire or rape, so I knew it was fine. You slip into a manhole into a pedophile ring. I mean, that's.
And the worst thing about it is that they have a woman protecting it.
Oh, I know. Well, multiple. Right? Are we talking
multiple?
About...
More specifically in my brain right now is Pam Bondi because of yesterday. I don't know how they can't see through their own complete idiocy. How tragic are they as people?
I watched the post-hearing interview with some of the survivors and they're amazing. Like they're incredible. And it's just, it's crushing. You're like, oh my God, these people have done everything. They have cooperated. They have made the hardest decision to come forward, and you've just fucked them over with your greed and your grift and your dumb bureaucracy and your dumb excuses. And they just deserve so much better than this. And that doesn't even, it's the understatement of decades. That really got to me, because they talked about her not even looking at them. And the sister-in-law of Virginia Giuffre was like, she just was like, you could see her body like puff up with this contempt. She's like, so I pulled my chest up and I stared at her, just trying to get her to look over. She didn't fucking look over. But yeah, the contempt, she was like a petulant little child.
She's disgusting. She's a disgusting human being. Like literally the amount of rage that we have gone through in all of these Epstein files, but then to go, maybe we'll get a little bit of justice, but everyone knows like you're following your freaking Nazi orders. It's hard to wake up to this as our world right now, except, winning a little bit in a lot of people coming forward from the blue and the right, from left and right side saying Pam Bondi's excuse of whatever that hearing was, she needs to resign. And that's not just Democrats saying, that's everybody. because of how
I
sad it
know.
was.
What I really want, okay, here's another rage fantasy. Like every 5 minutes, a new concentration camp is built, as is alleged, immigration detention center. So let's just take out all of the immigrants that are being held in these detention centers and then just move in all the people in the Epstein files. Do a quick swap. And in fact, if it's like, oh, but they have to go through a trial, okay, well then they can just stay there until the trial. Isn't that what they do with immigrants? Just stay there till the trial. And then, but it's like same goes, right? Like same rules.
Or we could send them to Alligator Alcatraz.
Alligator Alcatraz was like particularly infamous, but there's plenty of other ones that are terrible. I mean, they're all really bad.
It's scary, though, to think that there are multiple people at Alligator Alcatraz that they just got rid of, and now they wipe their files from the actual website. They're probably feeding them to the alligators, because that's a great way to get rid of a body.
It's because it's gone. Do they eat the bones?
They get in there, and I don't think there would be any evidence in that swamp. It would get eaten by everything. They eat the whole damn thing, I think.
Yes, alligators eat bones and possess one of the most acidic stomachs among vertebrates. And then we can hear how the conditions are from the alleged perps in the Epstein files.
Yeah, like, oh my God, you're thirsty and hungry, and it's really cold in there, and they didn't turn the heat on, and it's like -30 outside. Well, that's how it's been the whole time. Bye.
I'm so sorry that you didn't get any of your due process and the guards were abusive to you. That's such a bummer. You should definitely tell your congressperson about that.
Dream, really, the fantasy is just that all the centers, somehow we build a tunnel and we let one alligator go underneath each center once all the Epstein people are in there. And then we open up that floor and he just chomps away when he feels is right.
You build a water world underground.
Yeah.
And the alligators can go from one center to, like you're saying, but there's also water. So, because we want them to be okay. Like they're going to need water because it's a lot of ground to cover from like Florida to Texas, for example.
Totally. We'll do it. We'll make sure they've got enough water in there. Okay. They got fishies. They got friends. We'll even screen some alligator TV on the side. Maybe they want to hang out, watch some TV.
You know how to DIY shit. You know how to use a drill. Like
I got it. I got it covered. Fine. What's going to happen? We're going to send all of the mean ice people. Yeah, and go live in the place that you're sending these poor people to, and see how long you survive. You prick. Yeah, I'm so over it. It would just be so fun if you could like press a button, the floor falls out, and they're down there, and the gators
they're in the swamp,
and that's it, and we just get rid of them all.
You maybe give every other one like a little like floaty, like a little donut float.